Hi guys, what's going on? Hannah MC here with another video. I know I haven't uploaded in a while, but I'm planning to do a new setup tour soon, as I've added a lot of new stuff to my setup, but I haven't had time to kind of finish it off, so when I've put the finishing touches on, I'll record another video of that. But for today I'm going to be doing part 1 of a Sims 4 house build, so let's get started. So I'm on my build testing log. This will probably be the one it ends up on anyway because, well, I don't know, I just think it suits this lot quite well anyway. So I'm going to start off by building an L shape. And you see I start off building it with the larger part on one side, but then I'll change it in a second. Because, I don't know, I just thought it looked a bit more natural with having it that way. So I get the first floor in. And then I'm gonna raise it up on foundations just to give it a bit more height and add a small porch / decking to the front. Now I think this is probably going to end up being a family home, but I don't know, it's generally a starter home, so it can have a family, but equally it can just be a more deluxe home, I guess, for less people. So you'll see I changed the windows and the doors quite a lot in this because I kind of just can't decide what I want. I do come to like a decision in the end. I think it turns out quite nice. But yeah, you'll see me changing around quite a bit. So here you can see I've just added some railings and some stairs in, and I've put a window and door in there for now. And I kind of muck about with windows, doors and stuff until I don't really reach a decision yet. Then I start adding coverings to the front, but equally it takes me a while to find the one I like, just because I want this to be like just right. So here I am trying a few different ones out, bricks, sliding, stuff like that. I was originally going to do 2 textures, but I decided on one in the end because it just flowed better. And here you can see me making paths and stuff out of flooring. I tend to use flooring and not terrain brushes for paths because it's easier to get them straighter, and you can also carry it on to things like the decking and stuff. So here I am also changing the foundation covering, and actually I think this is what causes me to change the rest of it to match, and I kind of go with a more brown theme for the house. I tried the blue, but I didn't really like that, so I kind of changed it all to brown after that. And then I add the second floor, leaving the front part off to give it a bit of detail, and add some fascias. Here I start roofing. I start off with a half roof, but then change that because I think it looks better having the flat part at the front. And here I am adding some dormers in. These are like false rooms with a window, and they add more details to the roof so it looks less bland. If I didn't have those there, it would look very straight edged, and that just breaks it up a little bit. I originally only put these on one side, but I eventually dragged them all the way through because when I add the piping to the side of the roof, it kind of pokes through, so it looks better to pull them all the way through. And plus adds a bit of detail to the back of the house because the back of the house is quite square otherwise. So you can see I'm now trying different windows out. I want something quite small because you don't really want to be able to see loads into the fake room because again it's fake. But you also want enough of a window so it doesn't look like a flat wall. And then I changed the size of the fake rooms to make the windows fit better because all the ones I tried didn't really work on a 2 square piece. Equally it would be too thin on a 1 square piece, so I went for a 3. And there you can see me changing them around a bit because I don't like how they sit. It takes me a while to find the right length to make them as well, but I adjust it until it becomes what I think it should be. I add windows to the back as well. And here I am trying to put some different sheets on just so I can move things around a little bit more. You'll see me turn that on, move objects on and off quite a lot in this video, because there's points where I need it on to put things in places where you can't necessarily put them, but equally where you can't place things where you want to place them with them on. You can also now see I've started to change the doors and the windows. I went for a more brown feel, and I really like the door I actually used for this. And you'll see me swap around the two different types of windows quite a little bit here, just so I get the right size on each side. And there I am adjusting the ones on the back as well. So you'll see I add a little mailbox as well, so don't forget that. And I started to add some bushes in to decorate the front. And this is where I've got move objects back on, because you can place them together closer so you get like a more full bush. I start adding windows further around the house now as well, because I have to kind of now decide what theme I want to go with. I try and put some different windows up in that little triangular bit, but I didn't really like any of them, and I can't get any to be the right colour, the ones that I do like. I'm thinking of maybe adding some custom content to this house in the future though, so that might change later on. Here you can see me trying to make a little fenced enclosure. For some reason my game kept glitching though and wouldn't let me place gates in fences, so in the end I kind of had to change it around a few times, but it takes me a little while to get past that, because it tried to... When I create the fence and I put a gate in it, the gate wouldn't go in, but it would delete the fence panel, but it could delete the posts. It was quite weird. And I couldn't get to work anywhere around the house, so I kind of ended up replacing that with bushes after. Here what I'm actually trying to create is something you could do really easily in The Sims 3, which is a bin enclosure, because it's not really nice to have those on show, and it's nice to have sort of a little outside bit for that. I did used to have, in Sims 3 you'd have like a tall picket fence in white that would look really nice around that, but they have removed that in this game, so you've got to use your own kind of, you've got to use custom content, which I might actually look in to see if there's any custom content I can get. The other thing I'm looking in for custom content is a type of garage door, because there's none of them yet. I mean, I know there's no vehicles, but I like having a garage door in the front of the house, so I'm going to look into that as well. Here you see me trying the bin enclosure on the other side of the house, just see if a new bit makes it work, but I still can't get it to work. And here you'll see me trying half walls as well. Equally that doesn't work because I've got the rest of the house on foundations, so I put some more on foundations. That would have however worked if the house wasn't on foundations. And I probably would have done that if I could have. So here, this is when you see me trying different bushes, but eventually I'll go with the same ones around the front, even though they're a little bit shorter than I liked at first. However, then I started moving them up to make a taller set around the house. This takes a little bit longer to place, but it's quite effective in the end. Here I start adding the windows onto the other side of the house, because I haven't done that yet. And I decided to leave one out on the bottom floor around the hedges because it just didn't look right. You don't really want to be looking over the bin anyway. I leave a back panel on the back of the house empty as well, so I can add a door for access to the back. I thought that was quite nice as well. I changed the type of door because I didn't really like having the same on the back. However, it's still of a similar style, so I add the fences in and put the sidings onto the stairs and get the railings over. And then I make a path around to the bin out of the same floor as in the front. For some reason I kept getting Steam notifications even though my Steam was shut. Not quite sure why that happened, because I'm running Sims through Origin. I changed the roof textures around quite a bit in this and actually ended up almost liking the first one first, but in the end I go for something a bit darker. You can also see I've added a chimney just for decoration on that side of the roof, but I didn't want to have dormers all the way around. Now here is where I try to add more of an outdoor area for the house. So I put some monkey bars in. There you can see I tried to put a gate in, it deleted some of the fencing but kept the posts. So I eventually gave up on putting a gate in, redid the fence for this bit, and just deleted a panel for access. I will also possibly put an access part on the back as well. I've not quite decided what I want to do about that yet. I'll probably also add a path around to it. So I'm quite happy with this house all in all. Yeah, I think it came out well. I've still got a lot of changes to make to it. However, I'll do the interior in a part 2 and maybe some other little bits to the outside. I think the outside is mostly done. I might just make a few changes as I'm doing the interior to fit the interior better. So thank you for watching. I hope to see you again in another video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye.